introduce First, I just want to introduce my work, what I do. As a chief coaching officer of Executive Coach Global and a senior partner at Career Compass Canada, you can see that we kind of use both logos. And a couple times, some people have said to me, which email address should I use? All emails go into, whether you use Nance at Executive Coach Global or Nance at Career Compass Canada, all goes into the same bucket, because we really are partner sister type of companies right now. And we basically do everything: talent management, HR, on call, outplacement, career transition, all of that stuff. You name it, we do it. And just full service all around. And we're also global partners with Cornerstone International Group, where I sit on the board as a global chair of the Leadership Academy, which is a lot of fun to see. We talk about the leadership void in Canada. Well, there seems to be leadership voids right across the world. And we get into some really interesting conversations about leadership. So that's all I'm going to say about work, because I don't want to bore you too much. We're going to move into my family. Okay, starting at the left is my stepdaughter, my granddaughter, and my husband. And you will notice that most of my family have 4 legs. There's Peachy here. She's 28. She actually just passed away about a month ago, but I've had her for 28 years. Next, we have Christina, who is posing beautifully for her picture. And then my husband riding Christina in the arena. And then, of course, my granddaughter feeding Christina a carrot. I think she just ate the carrot, so you don't quite see the carrot out of the mouth. And then I think many of you have met my puppy, Sonny, who's jumped up on my lap many times. So that's when I first got him. And this was just about a week ago with my husband sitting there, and then down here with his toy. And this was a picture I took Saturday night. We were watching the movie Turner and Hooch. I don't know if anybody's seen that movie, a long time, 1980s movie. And Hooch is there in the car, and Sonny watched everything Hooch did. Hopefully he didn't get any bad habits from Hooch, but anyway. Then we have Midnight, who pure black. He showed up injured at my door when I lived in Niagara-on-the-Lake, and I took care of him, and so he's still with us. He's about 12 now. And then these 2 cats, we got Mr. Cook, who showed up in my garden when I lived in Niagara-on-the-Lake, so he picked me as his home. And then Mackie here, the blonde guy, he after my dad died, we were cleaning up the farm and cleaning up everything, and this cat was just hanging around the farm. And so of course, I took him home, took care of him. He was really sick, took care of him, brought him back to health. And so he's still with us. So that's basically, just a quick view of my family. And hopefully get to the next slide here. I was told to talk about my favorite trip. Okay, so my favorite trip was to Ireland and Scotland in March of 2019. I had the honor to speak at a coaching conference in Dublin. The trip was fantastic because they paid for my flight, room in Dublin for 5 days during the conference. And so I took my husband along, so all he had to do was pay for his flight. And we thought, well, while we're here, we should really go and taste some scotch in Scotland. So we did that. You can see this is just from the conference, me speaking on stage, and some pictures of some of the speakers. Then a picture of Edinburgh here. And then we have all these, this was like a Scotch tower. I'd love to have that in my living room. We went, of course, to see the Loch Ness, and we went to just about every Scotch distillery we could in the Highlands of Scotland. And the highlight, of course, was my grandfather was from Dingwall, and we drove right through little Dingwall, Scotland. And so that was kind of cool. What I didn't know was that there was a MacLeod castle on the island of Skye. So I totally missed that. So I got to go back to get to the MacLeod castle, because I must be related. It has to be something. So that was my favorite trip. And it's actually probably one of the cheapest trips we ever went on, because most of the stuff was paid for, except for once we were in Scotland, we had to fly to Ireland, we had to fly to Scotland. So it was great. And then here's some just Rotary adventures through the years, some of the things that I've done through Rotary. shelter box training in 2009 in Destin, Florida. That was back when shelter box, I think shelter box was still part of Rotary, and then it's kind of changed and become partners with Rotary. I did a full weekend of training there. Very interesting, very powerful, very exhausting. There was probably about 25 of us all together and just 2 women. And we were kind of mixed up in squads. And in my squad, because I got the short straw, so I was the leader of the squad. In my squad, I had 2 Navy SEALs, 2 military, retired military, and then a couple other people from different areas. So it was quite interesting group of people that we had working together. I've been at a couple, and I've helped arrange a couple tequila, tapas, and tangos. So if we ever get together again, that's something we might be able to do. I don't know how many Rib Fests. I was saying to my husband, I thought, I probably have been in the bar is usually where I end up serving, and probably 10, 12 Rib Fests in my time, mostly in the Niagara area when I was part of the Niagara club. But when I joined Dundas Club, they had a lobster fest instead of a Rib Fest, which was pretty good. So we got a little lobster fest there. We did many diamonds and denim auctions. That was for Hamilton AM Rotary. I was not a member, but my husband was a member, so I always volunteered and did stuff with them. And that was a fun group. And so you can see a table there. This is myself in Ecuador at a Clinic for Humanity that I did. Drams and disco in 2017. That was fun. Something that I have on my bucket list is to be a Scotch taster. Can't remember what he was called, but he basically talked about every Scotch and tasted every Scotch, and he did a whole show. Definitely in my retirement, that's what I'm going to do, right? Just do all that learning. And then over here was a surprise. This was, I wasn't even a member of a club at that point, but I was at a Rotary conference, and I was called to the stage, and I was honored with the second Paul Harris. So that was kind of cool. So that was a little bit of a surprise I had there. And then, in one of, there was about two of the different Rotary clubs I was in, we did a Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, which was a fun kind of Rotary fellowship that we used to do. What I really liked about that is, nobody really knew who was coming to your door. It was always a surprise, and they didn't really know where they were going unless they happened to know where you lived. So it was kind of a cool way of having a dinner and having people over. And last but not least, the Rotary District 7090 Center for Coaching. We are deeply involved in that. That's happening right now. A few people have been in from 5370 in our classes. So we have that going on right now. So that's basically what's keeping me busy, besides doing whatever I can for RECCO. So that's just a quick who I am and what I do. Any questions?
Wow.
Did I go too fast?
No, wow. You're a busy lady. Wow. Good for you. What a dedicated Rotarian. You've been involved in so many different things. It's just awesome. Wow.
Yeah, it's probably been about 20 years. So yeah.
Yeah. Good for you.
Can you put your picture of your horses up again, Nance, and dogs and cats?
You want to see the pictures of the family again? Okay.
Yeah.
So where do you live now, Nance? Are you on acreage then, obviously?
Oh, no, the horse is at a farm in Burlington. I live in Hamilton.
Okay.
So, and, Caitlin, who's 3 years old, my granddaughter, she's afraid of most people, but animals, no problem.
Well,
no problem. And horses, she absolutely loves. Like, literally, we give her an apple to give Christina. Christina is so gentle with her, and he just shakes the apple. Bananas, carrots, you name it.
It's great.
So, yeah.
So do you have that slide again of your pets that you can show?
Oh, is that not showing?
Yeah, I think David
Oh.
wanted to see it again. No,
Oh, sorry.
we're not getting it.
Let's see. Why is that not show? Oh, I didn't hit share. My mistake.
There you
There we
go.
go.
There we go. Yep, that's all the animals. Yep.
Oh,
So the
wow.
cats all showed up, and I wanted a dog for a long time. My husband wanted a horse for a long time, but the cats kind of showed up and adopted us. And then I was busy traveling a lot, doing a lot of different things, so it wasn't the right time to have a dog. And then after Peachy passed, I ended up getting a puppy, and my husband ended up getting a horse. So we both got the animals we want.
Nice.
Good for you. Good for you. And cats are so much easier. Well, you're right. They adopt you, and they're so much easier to look after than dogs,
Mhm.
right?
Absolutely. Like, he needs a lot of attention. He's, the funny thing about it, he did adopt me too, because when I went to pick up, out of the litter, he was the quietest one. He was like hiding in a corner. And I picked up his brother, and his brother just kind of, went into my
Watching a
arms,
movie.
and then when I picked up, Sonny, he just put his arms, like his two paws, right around my neck, held on tight. And I thought, okay, you're the one. You adopted me. Okay, you're mine. So that's how he became mine. So, and he basically watched all of Turner and Hooch. It was like he didn't take his eyes off the TV. Like, he just loved it.
So Nance, you
Great.
have a riding shelter?
Pardon me?
You have a riding shelter? Horse riding?
Horse riding show. Yeah. So this is the arena at the Burlington farm where we ride the horses. So we have Christina. We're thinking of getting Caitlin. She's still a little young, but we'd like to get her a little pony that we'll probably have her at the same barn. And because she's really interested in the animals and stuff like that. So probably when she's about 5 or 6, we'll introduce her to a smaller pony.
Oh,
Perfect.
Hey, Nance, my name is John Kay, and I currently live out on the West Coast, but I lived for 8 years in Kilbride,
Oh, really?
up the hill from Burlington.
Yep. Yep. My
Okay.
office is in Burlington. So, but I'm at my home office tonight, but my office is in Burlington. So I go from Hamilton to Burlington every day, pretty much.
Well, there's not many people that know where Kilbride is, so.
Yep. No, I thought it was, you said it was north from Burlington, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought it was west, but that's okay. Directions is not my thing. So.
Is that near Waterdown?
Waterdale?
Yeah,
Waterdown. I
Yes.
think it's still north from Waterdown too.
okay.
Is it, John?
No, you just go straight up the road from Burlington to the 401, and it's probably about 5 miles south of the 401.
Mm.
My first girlfriend in Canada was in Waterdown. When I lived in
It is a
Hamilton.
bit like home.
Oh, David,
I
you're
did,
funny.
So
I
that's
did
why
horse
you
work
moved
in
to Alberta.
Burlington for 20 years ago.
Exactly. Anybody have any questions? Any more questions for Nance? No?
Great, Nance. Thanks for sharing.
No, it's a very nice presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I
Very
wanted
good.
to say how much I enjoyed your enthusiasm and your cheerfulness.
Yes, absolutely. Great.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no,
Well-rounded.
beautiful montage. All the
Exactly.
photos.
Yeah, I had a hard time finding pictures of all the Rotary stuff I've done because it's all on this old PC, and my IT guy said he put it all on this new computer. And I do have a file that says old PC, but I can't open it. So I think it's gone.
Yes. Yeah, that happens. Okay, well, thank you again, Nance, and nice to have you in the club for sure. We'll look forward to more exciting things down the road.
Mhm.
So our next You're welcome. Our next presentation is from one of our members, our Nomad, we call him, who can't be with us tonight, of course, Doug Dyer, but he did a nice little presentation, and I'll see if I can get it going here. Now, the theme for Rotary this month, of course, is peace and conflict prevention resolution. And the old theme used to be world understanding, and they kind of mean, I guess, one and the same. And Doug took that theme and created this video based on those themes. So let's see what we can do here.
Hello, I'm Doug Dyer, charter member and past president of the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1. My wife Joanne and I are spending the winter on this fabulous tropical island. We're 12 time zones east of Vancouver in the Indian Ocean, but more on that a little later. February is Rotary World Understanding Month, and I've been asked to do a presentation highlighting some of our adventures and what world understanding means to me. I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, poop. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. It just flipped over. Just bear with me for a minute. I'll try and get it back to where it was.
Use ad all the time.
There we go. Sorry about that. The Wi-Fi is not very stable where I'm at.
In 2018, we had the privilege of visiting fellow E-Club member Vicky Horsfeld at her project Creating Opportunities for Guatemalans. What a wonderful example of nurturing world understanding. I hope you enjoyed our presentation. If you'd like to know more about what we do, you can visit our website at joyfultravelers.com.
So just so you know, Doug is currently in a small island called Reunion Island, which was a French protectorate, but he did advise me he's going to be going back to Portugal soon, where they now have permanent residence status. So I don't know if that means they're going to settle for a little bit or what, but because of the time difference, he couldn't join us here today, but he wanted to share that with us. I hope you enjoyed it.
That's well done. I'll put links to all of these things in the bulletin this week. So great job from Doug. So I'm going to call on Jim, our past district governor and president of the E-Club, now to share a new member PowerPoint that we have used and will hope to be using more, that's been updated thanks to Nance, MacLeod, and some contributions by myself and Ellie and Sharon. And so Jim is going to introduce us or bring us through presentation for our new PowerPoint.
So thanks, Tammy. Nance, and I'm not sure if Sharon worked on this PowerPoint as well, but asked me to show you the new PowerPoint for the E-Club. And I'm going to share it here. Hopefully it comes through okay. If you can't hear the sound, please go like this. But here we go. So welcome everyone to tonight's celebration of the Rotary E-Club of Canada One's 9th anniversary. My name's Jim Ferguson, and I'm a past district governor and a charter member of the E-Club. And I'd like to talk a bit about Rotary and our club. So Rotary International is divided into districts, and our E-Club is a member of District 5370, which comprises of Northern Alberta, the Northwest Territories, the Yukon, parts of British Columbia, and Saskatchewan. The third largest Rotary district in the world. Started in 1905 by Paul Harris and 3 friends. The very first project was the building of public toilets in downtown Chicago. Today, Rotary has over 1.4 million members. As Rotarians, we believe that we need to help humanity by following the 7 areas of focus in our many projects. There are also action groups with specialists in their field who can be called upon to help on a project that any Rotary Club is working on. The Rotary network is vast, and whatever that the project is, there will be someone within our Rotary family with expertise to help you bring your vision to fruition. For more than 110 years, Rotarians have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. This is reflected in our mission and vision statement. From literacy and peace to water and health. We are always working to better our world, and we stay committed right to the very end. Rotary members share a unique passion for taking action to improve their communities and the world. Rotarians are people of action. we get things done. Solving real problems takes real commitment and vision, and that's where Rotary really shines. We use our knowledge of local issues to identify areas of need. Then we apply our expertise and diverse perspectives to find a solution. Rotarians likely are working in your communities right now to feed the hungry, tutor disadvantaged children, maintain parks and playgrounds, and much more. So let's talk a bit about my club, the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1. Back when we started in 2013, we were cutting edge technology as far as for Rotary clubs. We only meet online since our members are all over the world, and post a weekly makeup meeting as a primary fundraiser for the E-Club. They're available to attend online no matter the time or location. All you need is the internet. Here's our mission statement and vision statement that was formulated during Tammy Waugh's year as president of the E-Club. Note the meeting flexibility in our mission statement. On demand, when and where you want. Since 1910, the Rotary motto has been service above self. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise. Rotary is, above all, a service organization. Rotary strives to achieve the objective of service above self through activities in 5 primary areas, often referred to as the 5 avenues of service. This year's E-Club board is led by President Keith Evans, a Canadian business leader who is living and working in England, and is usually in attendance at our weekly coffee chats. Let's talk about our club projects. Every Rotary Club has projects, and after much discussion years ago, we decided to raise funds and promote the Dolly Parton Imagination Library in our designated area, near the Beaufort Sea in Canada's far north. We provide books for mostly Aboriginal children from the ages of 1 to 5 years, which promotes literacy for both the child and the parents. Our charter president, past district governor Ellie Contreras, has been instrumental in helping to promote the Project Amigo program in Mexico. And our E-Club has been supporting a Mexican student studies for many years. Laura Carrillo is doing really well and receives top marks in her program. Fellow E-Club member Vicky Horsfield is the Executive Director of Creating Opportunities for Guatemalans and spends quite a bit of time in Guatemala overseeing the program. We're all very proud of the good work that she and her organization does. A newer E-Club project, our donated funds help children who have been abandoned, abused, and neglected in Nepal and India. By supporting this vital organization, we are trying to ensure they have access to food, shelter, activities, and career opportunities. Since it was developed in 1932 by Herbert J. Taylor, who later became a Rotary International president, the Rotary 4-way test has never ceased to be relevant. As Rotarians, our utmost responsibility is to speak the truth, to be fair, to build goodwill and better friendships, and to do our very best in all situations. What are the benefits of Rotary? Friendships and giving back to communities at home and around the world are a couple that come to mind, but there are many more. You will connect with other community-minded people all over the world who just want to help out people in need. Whenever you meet another Rotarian, even if they're from another country, you share a common bond. What's the key when you join Rotary? We need you to be engaged. Everyone is valuable and has a unique skill set that our club can use, but only if you get involved and participate. Attendance in our E-Club is probably the easiest to maintain of all of our clubs in our district, and it just involves recording an attendance on our website page, so the club secretary has accurate records. Every week, a make-up meeting is posted on our website. It's available 24/7 and is chock full of interesting content. So for our E-Club, our fees, we have a one-time initiation fee of $50 for new members and annual dues of $300, which cover District 5370 and Rotary International dues, and also leave some funds to support our club operations. If you attend an online weekly meeting created and posted by Associate Member Kitty Butchko, we suggest that you leave about a $10 donation. These funds support our various projects. If you're a member of another Rotary Club, but are also interested in joining our E-Club, you can become an associate member. There's a one-time initiation fee of $25 and annual dues of $150. Again, if you attend a posted weekly online meeting, we're suggesting a donation of at least $10 to support our projects. As a Rotarian, you have the option of a printed magazine that is mailed to you or the digital version. The district newsletter will be emailed out to you and contains upcoming district events and learning opportunities. The Rotary International website has a huge amount of resources that are available to all members as well. The most important element in Rotary is you and your participation in an RE Club. As a member of the world's oldest and finest humanitarian organization, you are charged to advance goodwill and peace throughout the world and create lasting positive change. If you're looking for a way to make a difference in your community and communities around the world, you've come to the right place. So welcome to our E-Club family, and thank you for watching this presentation.
Great job, Jim. Thank you so much. That was
No, that was
awesome.
good presentation.
That was amazing.
Yes.
So I'm
Yes,
really
that's
hoping
great.
that things came through. I'm having some issues with the internet out here.
No,
Yes,
But I
no,
wanna
it was
thank,
great.
I
Excellent.
want to thank Nance and Sharon and whoever else.
Ellie and Tammy.
worked on it. I saw all the CCs when you sent the PowerPoint
Yeah.
to me, so great job.
That's right.
You
Yes.
did a great job, Jim. It was just a wonderful narration. Thank you so much. It brought it to life.
Oh, thanks very
Exactly.
much, Sharon. So this is our 9th anniversary celebration.
It
And
is.
it's hard to believe that so many years have passed by without any of us aging. Must be the good
Yes.
work. Must be the good work in the world that we do as Rotarians. So
Yeah.
I'd like to make
exactly.
a toast to the E-Club and its members who are spread out all over the world. We connect only by meeting online, and it's highly unlikely that we'll actually meet each other in person. But when we are able to meet up, it's a very special moment. I'd like to make a toast to our E-Club family. So please raise your glasses.
You're here.
Families are like branches on a tree. We grow in different directions, yet our roots remain the same. We are all bonded in trying to help humanity. To the Rotary E-Club, here's to many more years of service above self.
Here.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
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 Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Back to you,
What's,
Tammy.
what's really in that can, Jim?
Pardon me?
What's really in that can?
What's
Yeah,
really
what's
in that
really?
can?
Oh, no, it's just Diet Coke.
Yeah, right. It was hard to just put sparkling red wine into the Coke can, right?
That's like having a mug, right?
It's got vodka in with it.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, that was a jam-packed evening, and thank you for all your attention and attendance, everyone. It's awesome. So I'd like to open the floor up if anyone would like to say anything. And I'd like to acknowledge those of you who started this club who are in attendance, and Ellie is our first charter president. So, and if any of you would like to say a few words, please feel free.
Well, let me start then as the first president. You know, I've always been very proud of this club, and nice to see that we have developed some great leaders and even a district governor. And I'm looking forward to our 10th year. I also wanted to comment, is he gone now? We had a person here. He left. Oh no, he's still
Bruce?
here. Oh, Andy, he has his hand raised.
Yes,
Is
it's
this
Henry.
Andy? I sent a message to him. Is this Andy
Oh,
Adams?
good.
He's a very regular attendee of our club for
Exactly.
many, many years.
Oh,
From Campbell River?
yes.
Campbell
Yes.
River, yes. We'd love to hear from you, Andy.
Well, thank you. And I have been a longtime member of the Rotary Club of Campbell River, also the salmon capital of the world. But Doug Dyer was a member of our club for many years, and I got to know him quite well. And then he headed off in his nomad life. But he had popped me an email or a Facebook message just to say this 9th anniversary. So I thought I'd want to sign on and see the clip and see his adventures and travels, but also to say thank you to the club. I have maintained 100% attendance for coming up to a decade now. And it's with the help of your club that I've been able to do that from not as far away places that Doug has been, but certainly you have made it very convenient and easy. And whether it's sitting in occasionally on the live meetings or just going on and doing a makeup online. So thank you to the club, and greetings from the salmon capital of the world.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Nice to put a face to a name, Andy. I see your name a lot.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little bit of background. I have been a past president. I have been to international conventions in Singapore, Brisbane, and San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio was Glenn Campbell and his daughter singing Rhinestone Cowboy on my birthday, but so that was an experience. But I also had a real pleasure when the group study exchange program was still operating of being a team leader to South Korea for a number of weeks, which was a terrific experience, and have also through that had exchanges back and forth to Australia. So it Rotary has been very good for me and to me and my family, and with the help of you folks have just made it a little bit easier to keep that attendance and also hear what's going on with other clubs around the world. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Hope to see you back.
Good.
I did attend one of your club's meetings one time, Andy. We were camped at Browns Bay and came into Camel River. It was probably 10 or 12 years ago now, so I can't remember if you were there, and you probably don't remember me, but it was a nice lunch in the great club.
Well, I would have been there. Was that at the Coast Hotel, or were we in the new Maritime Heritage Center?
It may have been in the Maritime Heritage Center.
Yeah.
It was in the, yeah.
So the Maritime Heritage Center has been a Rotary project for the Rotary clubs in Campbell River, and it's just been a tremendous asset. So
wonderful.
Yeah, it's a great spot. And nice to have Lois with us tonight as well. You're a big supporter of our club, Lois. We appreciate that.
Congratulations to all of you. And I am another one that once in a while goes in to see some of your past speakers. And every time I've clicked on one, they've been tremendous. So I just really want to thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
I'm still amazed at Doug's living in 60 houses in 6 years.
It kind of puts it in perspective.
I could not pack, but my shoes alone would fit in those 2 bags.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So our next classification talk will be Neil's.
And
Yes.
Neil is coming up, and I think Kim is thinking about giving
And
her
she's
talk
working
as
on-
well.
Yeah, but I don't know if I could beat the one that was tonight. That's the problem.
You know what? We're all,
Not a contest.
we're all individuals, we're all different, and we
Yeah.
enjoy whatever we hear and learn about our
That's right.
members.
Yeah, and I
Everybody gives you-
apologize for the noise at the beginning.
Oh, that's okay. We know you were having a
We
family
do
event.
fine. We do fine, you know.
You could always teach us all how to open a lobster properly.
Oh, come on now. You know how to do that, Tammy. Come on.
I know, but other people may not.
Tammy does, but I don't.
That might be a good
know.
classification talk.
You can send us all lobsters ahead of
That's
time.
right,
And
and we'll-
then,
That's right,
we'll
yes.
open them. There we go.
Good plan.
I'm
Oh,
a
God,
BC,
Yeah,
girl. I'm a
this is gonna
BC girl,
cost me.
Neil.
Oh, my.
I'm a BC girl, Neil, and I grew up right in the center of the province, landlocked, no ocean, and I didn't discover the ocean really until I was in my 20s, and I don't know how to eat lobster properly.
It might cost you a bit of money to get one to Vicky in Guatemala.
Oh, God.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come and get it instead.
Yes,
Well, that's a
exactly.
thought and a half.
Maybe Judy should tell us about her lobster dinner.
That's a long story, but I did want to say something. I was looking at the calendar, and not only is it the 9th birthday or anniversary of the E-Club, I joined Rotary 30 years ago.
Wow.
Oh,
30 years.
oh, congratulations.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh, that was 1992 in February. That
My soul.
30 years, 30
Yeah,
years.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, good.
So it's a
Yeah.
competition between you and David Werrett.
Yes.
What's that?
It's a competition between you and
Oh,
David. Weir.
really, David? How long have you been in Rotary?
Well, I'm just trying to look at the date on the letter that I got from the president at the time, and I can't remember, it was January 1992 or 93 now.
Oh,
So,
well, I do remember though, when I was, it was the Edmonton Riverview Club, and there were no women in the club. You know, one of the members invited me to come to a meeting and didn't say really anything about it, really. And so I went to a meeting and everybody was very nice. And he said, well, you come again next week. And I said, oh, okay, sure. So I came. And then it dawned on me on the second meeting, there were no women there except me. So I said to the guy sitting next to me, I said, so I noticed there's no other women here. Oh, I guess they didn't come today. Oh, okay. So then I go to the third week meeting. I said, okay, no women here today. How many women belong to this club? Well, we really want you to join. We really want you to join. And this was in January. So, you know, I visited for about 4 or 5 weeks. And then Valentine's Day was coming and they were having a Valentine's party for the club. And so everybody was coming with their wives. And I said to my husband, you know, I don't know if the wives are going to be happy with a woman joining the club, you know, because, you know, I know some other clubs, there's been problems with, you know, they didn't want to have women in the club. So my husband just said, well, I'm coming to the party with you and, you know, they can see if they like us or not. So the next morning, I think that was a Saturday, and on the Tuesday morning, I went to the meeting and they all said, okay, Judy, our wives all agree, you have to join this club.
How?
So I did.
That's great.
Oh my
Good
goodness.
story.
About that time, Judy, I remember I was a speaker for the Insurance Corporation of British Columbia, and I was invited to speak at the oldest and largest Rotary Club here in Chilliwack, which I subsequently joined. And I looked out over the sea of almost 150 faces, and I found one woman there, and she was the CEO of the YMCA in Chilliwack. And I was so overwhelmed by this sea of these professional men, businessmen, and everything. I just looked at her the whole time I gave my presentation.
Yeah. Yeah, well, somebody has to be the trailblazers, you know?
Yeah, good for you. Good for you.
And then similar things happened when Judy became the first district governor, first female district governor, and I was the second one. And I always used to get a kick out of going to a meeting where a lot of older men, and Ramiro would join me. And at one meeting we went, and the president said, okay, we have the pleasure of having our district governor here. And the men at the table looked at Ramiro and just, applauding. And then I had to stand up, and then there was, okay.
When we went for our governor training, there were only 5 women in the governor training. But the training was very sexist at the time. So they, you know, the wives were told how they had to look after their husbands, and when they're traveling, you know, be ready in case they need a clean shirt, and that they, you know, that they should be doing all the, you know, driving so that their husband can prepare his speeches and all the things. And they have to learn the proper protocol, you know, and they're going to a formal, you know, affair in Rotary, and how they have to learn to curtsy properly, you know, and all this stuff. And so when we were at the ball at the governor training, my husband of the time, Peter, he had his tux on. And so he said to our group, it was just our group of our class of governors, he said, I've just learned how to curtsy properly. So he goes to practice his curtsy with his tux on, you know, bending down curtsying, because all the other women, he was in the wives classes with all the women that were the wives. And learning how to
That's hilarious. Oh my God.
Oh, that's funny.
They've changed a lot now since then.
Things have changed.
A lot has changed.
That was 2003.
Wow, wow, that's great.
So I have found the letter. It's January the 6th, 1993.
Oh, I'm
Next
older
year.
than you then.
Yeah, you're older.
Older than you.
But interestingly,
Not in age, of course.
the first president of the club in Cochrane was a woman.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, which is rather unusual. And just an aside, my brother, by coincidence, joined Rotary just about the same time as I did, and he was living in Wales, and we were just conversing on the phone one day, and we discovered we both joined Rotary, and got out of the subject of women in Rotary. Do you have women in your club? Yeah, but subsequently they've had many women, and so anyway, that was.
By the way, Judy, I sent you a WhatsApp message. I don't know if you got it.
Well, I didn't get anything because we have no internet at our house. I'm over at my neighbor's house for this meeting because our internet's been off and on for the last month, but it went off today at about noon and it still didn't come on by 7. So I'm over.
Well, what's worse, not having any water or internet?
Yeah,
You don't have water?
Toss up.
We have no water. So do I email you?
Well, yeah.
Okay, I'll send you email.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to, before we all leave, and Tammy has some closing remarks, but I just want to remind everybody that it's going to be the first anniversary of our satellite club coming up.
All right.
And, they're having a celebration in March, and I think we're all going to receive invitations in the very near future.
We will.
Yes,
Yep.
so please, let's support them. They are doing awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Our future,
Great.
our future.
That's right.
Yes.
They are. Well, I think we're coming up past the hour now. So thank you everyone for joining us tonight. As I said, it's been a full agenda, but a really nice one. And thanks to Nance and Doug and Jim for showing us the presentation, the PowerPoint, and for all of those who joined us. So hope to see you on Thursday at coffee.
Okay,
Well,
maybe
This has been wonderful.
depending on our program, we may join in on the coffee chat when Katharina and Fabiana are with us.
Oh, good. That would be awesome.
We'll see how the
Good.
program is. Good night,
Yeah.
everyone.
Okay. Good night. Good night all.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.